Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the study. Going to be talking about AbbVie today, and before we proceed any further, I would like to state that the information in this video is not a recommendation to buy or sell any securities and is for educational purposes only. With that out of the way, we're going to talk about AbbVie. Who is AbbVie? If you may not be familiar with this company, it is a biopharmaceutical company involved in research, development, manufacturing, sales of their different medication products, and their therapeutic categories range from immunology products, such as popular brand name Humira, Skyrizi, and Rinvoq, which are some of the newer agents. They also have Oncology, so they're in the cancer space with imburivca, venclexta, and they also have Botox, line of Botox included in their portfolio too, which was recently added a couple years ago, which is very interesting. But more importantly, what we are going to talk about is the importance of a drug class warning that was released by the FDA on September 1st, 2021. Specifically, the warning is targeting a class of drugs called the JAK Inhibitors. And what these JAK inhibitors do, they target inflammation-causing enzymes known as the Janus kinase. And these Janus kinases are useful for targeting autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis and ulcerative colitis. So that's how they came up with the name JAK inhibitor, from the Janus kinase family of enzymes. And this new warning that's got to be now included on these drugs, it includes in the range of AbbVie's drug Rinvoq, which is a drug that has been worked up, marketed to be kind of like the big gun to replace Humira's marketing potential for the future ahead. And the warning is saying that these drugs can cause an increased risk of serious heart-related problems and cancer with the drug. So all these JAK inhibitors, including Rinvoq from AbbVie, now have to have that updated warning label. So it is pretty big news, since you look at this daily chart of the stock and you see it drop from a high of $121.53 all the way to a low of $106.08. Is just a massive drop. It erased billions of dollars in market cap. It was the one biggest day loss since March 2020. And yeah, it pretty much, deleted a lot of gains from this year on the stock. And you now have analysts that are kind of split, divided on the future of this stock and where it's going to go. And honestly, to make this a really short video, I'm not too worried about it. It really is just an overreaction, in my opinion. As a professional clinical pharmacist, as some of you may know that already, I've seen these drugs utilized despite the warnings. We are, seeing even now in the COVID area that we're living in, we are even seeing a therapy called baricitinib, a drug that is being used in COVID therapy with numerous black box warnings, as a very good example where the case comes benefit versus risk. And you have this come up all the time. It's discussed with medical professionals, your physician, pharmacists, all those healthcare players are involved. And, at the end of the day, you are going to take all the risks and you're going to try to look at all the benefits and try to come up with a clinical decision from there. And a lot of the times we do see patients, even despite all the risks that are listed in warnings, we do see patients go ahead and continue the initiation and resume these therapies because they do see benefit with these therapies. So many times what happens is that the higher benefit than risk that is present for these patients actually create a relevant product in the marketplace for the company and helps keep the company have that cash on hand that investors and analysts are looking for, and it helps out both the company and the patient in this case. So in this result, I do believe that this is an overreaction when we look at this crazy drop. And you can then see that there was actually some buying from 106 to 112 shown by that wick right there, that buying pressure. And I can see why they're concerned, because I did mention that the Humira patent expiration is a big deal. But at the end of the day, the company has a broad pipeline portfolio of drugs, outstanding bright future ahead too. This is a company that's considered a blue chip stock, pays a generous dividend, so you're getting that added on to, as well as the capital appreciation. For me personally, I think that this is one of those companies that's, at least in the biopharma sector, that's a name that's definitely up there with the top dogs, that I feel comfortable having my money parked here. And when you look at the 10Q, kind of going back to the point of the Humira concern, is you can see in the immunology column here for their sales information, Humira does play a pretty big role, and you can see that this amount listed here is in millions. It is definitely a big player, especially when you compare it to the other big names that they've been pushing: Skyrizi, Rinvoq. These are the names that are going to kind of take the lead once that exclusivity gets erased from the or expires from Humira. And you can also see the other agents here: imburivca, venclexta, the Botox line. All of these guys are going to have to kind of pull their own weight to help support that Humira change that's going to occur. So it is very interesting. They also have all these sectors here too. This is a very big company: eye care, women's health, so much more. This is a very interesting chart. A lot of data here in the 10Q that was recently released in August. Definitely recommend you guys to look at that. If you do have any questions, you can always send me an email or a comment at david@thetradestudy.com. And if you enjoyed this video and my content, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more. You can visit me at thetradestudy.com. Ask me any questions you may have, and I'll see you in the next one.